Hi, my name is Zoe, and welcome to Frank Conversations. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel as it helps us grow. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Frank Conversations. My name is Zoe. I wanted us to talk today a little bit about why some of us are really disappointed in the ANC with this government of national unity. I'm going to take this from a personal perspective, basically, what my family had to go through with the ANC in order for us to participate or be active participants in the liberation of South Africa. So I'm just going to give you a brief history about my family. So we have always been, my family has always been ANC, all right? If you grew up in the townships, you know that you had the ANC, you had the PAC and Azapo families and all of that. But even though they had their little squabbles, but the mission was to fight the liberation. At least that's what we knew or thought we knew. All right. And if you had a member or a soldier or military member of any of those organizations in your family, you know how bad it was. The raids, they came, they looked for documents, they looked for guns, for people, for anything. They would do that on a regular, and that's what the family had to go through, right? So my uncle was a part of the Mkhonto Wesizwe. And so that's all we knew, right? He was part of a group called the Sebokeng 8, and I'll talk about it later. It was part of the people that were persecuted in Sebokeng because they were fighting the regime. Okay. In 1993, my uncle was killed while he was patrolling in Sharpeville, right? There was still a little bit of unrest in Sharpeville, so they were patrolling, and he got killed by police officers. And a few months later, 1994, we got our liberation. And obviously, it was a relief. It was painful for the families that lost their loved ones because of this liberation or pushing for this liberation, but it was also a relief. It was like, oh wow, we thank those ones who lost their lives for this cause. And I'm not just talking about my family. I think if you grew up African in South Africa back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you remember in every family, there was an uncle, there was an aunt, there was a mom, there was a dad, there was somebody who was part of some kind of military wing between the PAC or the ANC or Azapo. And so 94 came and we won the elections, and Mandela told us that we need to work together with the people that murdered or killed our people. The same people who never asked for forgiveness, we must forgive. They didn't think there was anything wrong with what they did, but we had to forgive them so that we can move forward as a country. And it was a hard pill to swallow for a lot of families, but for the sake of this freedom, it was also a breath of fresh air. So it was a catch-22 moment that we lost people, but we thank them in the same breath for fighting for this freedom. Now, when we are all excited, I'm talking now based off of my family, excited about moving forward. My grandfather had a farm in the Free State, where he was taken from, and they moved him with the settlement situation where they moved, I forgot the word, but when they moved people from their land or their homelands to sections of the townships, my family moved like 4 times until they finally landed in Sebokeng. So obviously, when a man has fought so long, or to a point where he even lost a child, it's like, now you can relax. There's hope that now you can go back to your own land. The years went by, no land. How? What's going on, ANC? They come, they keep promising these things. They promise. They come asking for documents, this, and the other. You know how they are, like acting busy. Nothing. Once those people got positions in government, the people who actually fought in the townships, and I'm not talking now just the Mkhonto-Wesizwe, I'm talking because some Mkhonto-Wesizwe where a lot of them were underground, right? So we had people who were from the PAC who were literally fighting in the locations. Some of those people got killed, some of them got arrested, some of them got hurt, they're in wheelchairs, some of them have mental issues now with the trauma they had to go through, the traumas they went through. And when the government of ANC took charge in 1994, those people were like thrown in the trash, like they never existed. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse that my uncle actually died in 93, because when you look at where the soldiers who fought in these locations are right now, or were, some of them have passed, some of them are homeless. It's very sad to see that this person dedicated their lives to liberating South Africa, and this is the thank you that South Africa gave those people. It's not a unique story to me. A lot of us have experienced it. A lot of us have these uncles, these moms, these grandparents that fought these fights and are now nothing. Nobody knows anything about them. We don't even know their names. Nor do we care really, because we are in the new South Africa. Years pass and no land, no nothing. It's time now that the younger generation then come to vote. I think I cast my first vote in 2005. And that was 2005. When I cast my vote, I knew that I was supposed to vote for ANC. It was not a matter of I want to. It was a loyalty member. It was a loyalty matter. My grandfather drilled it in us that this is what your uncle died for. And if you do not vote for ANC, you are not only betraying yourself, you are betraying the family, and you are betraying the blood of your uncle, because he died fighting for this. And now you have it. You better not give it away. You better not. And a lot of us didn't. But as the years continued, you saw that this is not what my uncle died for. This is not what my mother, my father, my grandfather died for, or is crippled for, or is mentally insane for. This is not it. The land was never returned. Those people never got any acknowledgement of the work they did. Their families were not even looked after. Their work was not documented anyway. You will never find anything on the people that were fighting on the ground in those years. I'm talking now late 90s and 80s. You won't find them anywhere because it's not documented. It doesn't seem like it's news or it's newsworthy to know about those people. It's not part of your history. It's not part of South African history. Those people never existed. It's as if they never existed. So fast forward to 2024. Why some of us despise the ANC and the government of unity is that we actually lived an apartheid life. We actually experienced it firsthand. And so for people to just take the blood of our family members, the sanity of our family members, the freedoms of our family members that they willingly gave so that we can say at the end they were slaved, so they were slaves so that we can be free. And we just now give it back to the same people that killed them, to the same people that oppressed them, to the same people that tormented them, to the same people that lynched them, to the same people that hung them. Some of them are not found till today. Some of them are still serving prison sentences today. 2024, 30 years after freedom. My grandfather died in 2009, heartbroken, in a four-roomed house, farm still not brought back or given back to him. I hear that there's nothing even on that land. It's nothing. They just took it. It's nothing. So you must understand, and it's not a unique situation. My situation, my story is not unique. It's a lot of our situation. It's a lot of our story. So sometimes when we lament so much, understand that it was lived experiences. It is lived experiences. Don't judge us by saying, oh, you hate a single person or this, and the other. No. We don't care about personalities. We don't care about your Gayton Mackenzie's power-hungry journey. We don't care. We don't care about your Cyril Ramaphosa. And no. It's the fact that our families had to restructure themselves in order for the liberation to look or to be possible. Our family members died. Our family members, like I said, some of them are not even found. No one knows where they are buried. Are they alive? No one knows. So when we say no to this government of national unity, it's not a person, it's a system. It's a system that is a continuation of apartheid. It's a system that is continuing to oppress us. It's like the gift that just keeps giving. It never stopped. And if you don't fight it till the end, blood will be shed, but the status quo will still stay. We are not anarchists. We are angry. We are upset because it's not giving what it said it was going to give. And unfortunately, we cannot bring back the lives of those people. Unfortunately, we cannot bring back and say, oh no, and torture them. We can't. So the government, this government of national unity of this conglomerate is a slap in the face for all of us, or for some of us who experienced this firsthand. And so when you start talking and saying all these nasty things to us and whatnot, remember that some of us actually experienced it firsthand. You might not have, but we have. And we are allowed to express and lament about how we feel and about how this whole situation has just become a worthless sacrifice of life to our members, of our family members. So that's basically what I wanted to tell you guys, that, you know, it's a system that we are fighting, and we shouldn't stop just because people are offended. We know where we come from. We know what we had to go through. So let's not let words or people's emotions dampen ours, as if ours don't matter. So that's basically why we don't fucks with the GNU. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like and comment down below. I'm pretty sure a lot of us can say my uncle was there, my mom was there, my aunt fought for this freedom. Comment down below. Thank you for watching.